Are we live? Can somebody of my companions check the volume of the stream? Okay, excellent. Hi everybody. Apologies for being late. We had some technical difficulties. Yeah. Let's start the stream. Let's go to who we are today. Hello everybody. Welcome to this, welcome to the stream of A Nation of Dice, the D&D. I want to say podcast, but it's not a podcast yet. The Twitch channel where we play D&D mainly in a homebrew world, taking D&D serious, but sometimes not. It's just fun times. Here are my fellow hosts in this. This is my cast of the stream, starting with the one right of me. I think for me, it's on my right side on my screen.
Mhm. Hi, I'm Void. I'm sorry, I play Void Chihi, the Changeling Grave Cleric.
And then diagonally of me is.
Hello, I am Cass, and I'm playing Drogo Wildbreak, a halfling barbarian that, well, he creates a lot of chaos and mostly annoys Romaru.
Yes, exactly. And below me on the screen.
I'm Kai, and I play Surin, a tiefling bard that likes insults and mostly annoys Omaru too.
Yes, yes. Apparently it's the favorite hobby of those two. And as you've been watching this stream for quite some time, you know that we've been playing for quite some time by now. And they know how to take draw the blood from under my nails, as we say in Dutch.
But we haven't broken him yet.
Yes, not yet. That's why I use CBD. Um, let's go to the summary. What happened last time? Do any of you remember what happened last time? Because it has been a while now.
Well,
I,
go ahead.
we were fighting a zombie for a good portion of the time while getting the sails up and ready, and eventually we stuffed him in a box and tried to throw him overboard, but the box broke, and I pushed him overboard, and a face appeared from the sky that we think is Sareem's father. At least someone saying he's Sareem's father.
Oh.
To be honest, I've been seeing lots of familiar faces everywhere. It doesn't mean if they are really my family, but I thought that the vampire was my father and the banshee was my mother. Who knows?
Exactly. Who knows? Who knows? But is that the only thing that happened last time?
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken, we killed the banshee
Mm-hmm.
and we fought that vampire or zombie or whatever, that
Mm-hmm.
undead creature. I'm not the cleric here. Don't ask me. Don't trust my information. I failed that test, and apparently so did our cleric because his religion test was not very good in the beginning. Uh, and then this voice came out of nowhere and talked to me.
And a coin drop.
Oh yes.
That was the last thing we ended up on, a coin dropping out of the sky, and I think it was in Sureem's hands,
Yep.
Mm.
if I
Interesting.
believe correctly.
Interesting.
And that we were off course.
Yes, that might be a very important detail. Might be a very important detail. Let's go to our adventure. This coin that dropped, the voice is still in the sky, and while the coin was dropping, you all noticed that the water around it, or what you assume to be water, is changing color. In that sense, it's not really worrying because you've seen the water change before from a lighter shade of gray. It changed color when some of the spirits fell into the water. So, in that sense, it's not really weird. Though, in this case, it turns red. Bordeaux red, what we call Bordeaux or Burgundy. I think you call that in English Burgundy. At the same time, the ship just stops. The wind is still blowing, or what you perceive to be wind, but the ship stops moving and is surrounded by a glow. The ship itself feels different, and I want everybody to roll perception. I'll give the cleric a religion or arcana instead.
I
Oh,
threw a
we-
9.
I'll be taking that religion then, because that perception was a 4. Oh, and that religion's a 21. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
What was that you were
That's-
saying last time about it being rigged one way or the other?
So, what did Bardra roll?
Actually, it was a B minus because it was like 12, which is not totally disaster, but it's not enough to pass in the basic difficulty class.
You notice, Void. Something feels off. And you feel it flowing from the bottom to the top. It's like there is a stream moving from the bottom to the top. But it's not a physical stream.
Okay, is it like I can feel that there's like it's streaming down, like something is streaming?
Something is streaming from below towards the sky.
Oh, I'll look to the two of them, kind of a little like really frightened because I know basically nothing about boats, but I don't think that's a good sign. Well, no, I think we're in a bit of a peculiar trouble. And I'm turned to look at Sareem and Drago because I think they're at least next to me.
I I raised my eyes from the coin to Void. Define peculiar because I think this entire situation has been very peculiar actually.
I can't tell you what exactly, but something's coming up from the bowels of the ship and floating upwards into the sky. I don't know if y'all two can feel it or even see it, but I can definitely feel something.
Yep, yeah, I don't feel it. Do you feel it, Drogo?
I don't see anything. You might be going crazy. It's a crazy world there, so you don't know.
Who caught the
But
coin?
have you noticed that the sea is like testing our knowledge in Pantone names of colors?
Maybe it's an artistic sea.
Who catch the coin, by the way?
I believe me, didn't it drop to my hand?
Make a deck save.
Ooh, nice. Mediocre 14.
14. You take 2 points of fire damage.
Actually, I take 1 point of fire damage because I have resistance. Yes.
That's good too. When this happened, when the coin was in your hand, and you felt it. So this happened at the same time. Void was talking. The water was glowing Bordeaux, and your hand was burning all of a sudden. Out of reaction, you were in time, and it started to glow hot, red hot.
Ow, 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 ow. I start throwing the coin from one hand to another. Like, it's burning, it's burning.
I gonna slap his hand so that it falls. Let go of it. Slap his hand.
Okay, I want you to do a no, just do an attack. It's not gonna be it's not going to be lethal, but it's gonna be an attack. And I want you to roll against it, Surim.
A
What's my
hit is
roll?
a 17
Yeah.
to hit.
Make a dex save. 17, you said?
Yeah, to hit.
Okay.
15, almost.
Sorry, what was the result?
15.
Oh, 15. Yeah. With you were timely, and you were able to focus. And when the moment that the coin landed in one of his hands, you were able to throw it anywhere. It's now somewhere on the deck. It's getting the deck where it landed. It's starting to glow and then become black around the coin.
No, Drogo. What if that coin is a coin that you're not supposed to throw in a bonfire?
Do you want me to throw it in the sea so it can cool down? I'm gonna rush over
Mhm.
No, Drug.
and grab the coin.
Can I intercept him?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm just gonna like full on body tackle him because I don't trust Drug going.
Okay. Roll
what-
roll an attack, and you roll
I-
a dex.
Can I a dex
dex
saving
save?
throw?
Yeah.
Can I roll a
What-
strength save?
No.
What do I roll for? Do you just want me to roll straight strength?
A regular
or-
attack, yes, a straight attack. An
Okay.
unarmed attack.
Unarmed strike.
dice.
Oh, Drago, you're not. That's a 23. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
You never know, there might be a 20.
I rolled a 19 and I have a +2, so it's a 21.
Well, it was a natural 20, you said, right?
Yeah, it was for a 23.
Drogo, do your attack, please. Sorry, roll your damage
Oh no.
if you have to roll for it, because I don't know if you
If
have
it's an unarmed strike, it's a standard damage. I
It's a
believe.
standard damage, isn't it? Yeah.
1 plus strength modifier.
Let's see here. Just do the damage. Yep. 2. I hit him for 2.
That makes 4.
Oof. Sorry, Drago.
And you are grappled and, of course, on the ground.
I get 4
so-
damage.
Is it weird? I've heard of more than most enemies have.
Well, because he literally grappling me, I'm gonna break free and I'm gonna throw him away. just in a direction.
And I'll run to catch the coin because I don't want Drogo to throw it. On the sea.
Well, Drogo tried to grab the coin, but unfortunately,
No, I'm
for
going
him.
to throw away
Oh yeah.
He's gonna try to
Quite.
buck me off, basically.
I'm gonna throw away Ford by also raging.
He's gonna rage to do this. There's this giant mystical face
This
in the
is so
sky.
overkill.
You angered the barbarian. What do you want?
I I imagine that giant face on the sky, like rolling its eyes up.
Oh yeah, it
What do
is
I
like
do?
hilarious. It is its domain. This chaos.
Do I throw athletics to see how far I throw him?
No, you have to first ungrapple. So you have to do an ungrappling, and you have to do a strength saving, Void.
All right.
But grapple is also strength saving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh, that's not good.
I throw a strength saving of 21,
Mm-hmm.
He.
and now I'm
breaks out
gonna.
of my
What
grip.
do I do for throwing him?
Don't throw me over the ocean.
Yeah, that would be an just no. Let's make athletics, and you Void have to do a deck save. Try to
Oh.
avoid it. Try to avoid
Okay.
it.
He broke out of my grip. By the way, that was only a 10 roll.
I threw an athletics of 23, and I want to throw him against the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 9. I was not
Oh.
expecting him to fight back. I was expecting him to be stunned, but he just automatically like no.
No. So let's paint a picture because a lot happened at the same time. So, Drogo went for the coin. While Drogo was going for the coin, Void, in a split second, decided to grab Drogo, which he succeeded. But as a response, Drogo resisted, got some up very quickly, grabbed Void, and threw him against the cabins in the back. Because you were now on the main deck, right? So you were throwing me into the cabins, and you roll into the direction of the steering clutch. While
Am I about to hit the steering clutch?
no, because it's behind. It's an actual room, and you're still outside.
Okay.
While this happens, Surim, you have the coin right now. It's still hot. It's still burning. But what are you gonna do with that?
Well, I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to get the other coin and see if there's any reaction.
Okay. Roll a Constitution saving throw
Okay,
for the heat.
12.
12. You are very determined to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going. Ooh. Okay, let me roll for fire. That is 5 points of fire damage.
Can someone remind me if it's round up or round down?
Damage is always rounded up.
Okay, so 3 damage.
Uh-huh.
Ouch.
And you grab your other coin and split them, put them back together?
Yeah, first I try to analyze if they are similar.
No, they're not.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay. While you clap them in your hands, you take a quick look, and one of the sides is looks very familiar. Of the burning coin, it glows and it looks like your face. And you, while this happens, while you were observing this, you put your hands together. The coin, both coins now, don't seem to do anything. The other one has stopped burning, but nothing is happening right now. At least, not in your hands.
But it stopped burning.
It stopped burning.
That's what I call a win. That's what I call a win. I am analyzing the deck because I am starting to trace a route, because I have the feeling that I'll have to run in the deck to prevent Drogo from reaching for the coin.
Okay. Boy, you are rolling and tumbling towards the clutch room. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage once you reach and get stopped by a door.
Okay. When that happens, I'm just kind of gonna sit there for a second, like, ugh, just like hurt out of, like, kind of wounded out of my mind right now, because I was not expecting him to just immediately break out of my hold and throw me like a rag doll.
So, guys, you have the coin. Boyd is taking his moment of regaining himself after being thrown. What would you like to do?
I am, after throwing Void and still angry, gonna walk to the steering clutch and gonna steer the ship in the right direction. Because I
Okay.
also remember that we are going probably the wrong way.
That is a very wise barbarian.
Well, I have a lot of wisdom.
While you go back and the compass is in that same spot, or was the only the map? I can't remember.
Yeah, the compass and the map were at the steering.
Okay.
Steering.
While
helmet.
you take a glance on the compass, as we established last time, there was no north and south on it, but two names appear, and two familiar names appear, and that is the Raven Queen and Pelor. At the moment, the ship looks like it's steering towards the Raven Queen.
I'm going to try and do a 180
Mm-hmm.
because I remember that I have a good memory, and I remember that Surim said to me we have to not go to the Raven Queen, even though Void wants to go to the Raven Queen.
You holding
So
those coins. Oh, sorry.
So I'm
You were
going
saying?
to try to go that way.
Okay. You holding those coins.
Well, out of curiosity, seeing that things have calmed down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to check the other face of the once burning coin. Because one looked like my face, and I didn't remember it was so handsome. Wow. And then I'm going to look at the other side.
And the other side has a broken scale, broken merchant scale on it.
I'm pretty sure this should mean something. If only I were wiser or smarter. Hey, voice from the sky. Are you there? Dad?
It starts to. It gives a guttural laughter, and it slowly disappears.
Your laughter sucks. Try something like ha 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 ha. Useless gods. Void, can you help me out here? I really need a help with matters divine.
I imagine I'm still laying on the ground because
You're
I'm a
still
little
laying
in
on the
shock.
ground. Yeah. You didn't get up, so.
It's like, okay, like just laying down, kind of in pain. Okay, what is it? I'll try to answer it from here.
Sorry to interrupt your nap, but which god is represented by a merchant scale? Maybe a broken merchant scale.
Can I make a roll about that? Would I know that offhand?
Yeah, go make a roll. Make a religion roll. Yeah,
history.
a religion.
Cool. Okay, that's a 10.
That's a 10. You might have come across it a couple of times, especially with the dealings between um, a battle between gods. And you can remember a name called Hidukal. And that's kind of yeah, you remember his name. That's the only thing you know. But with a 10, that's the only thing you remember.
I'll interpret it as my brains are a little fuzzy from.
Yeah. I would be too if I would be thrown across the deck.
By someone like half my size too.
Yeah.
It's
Imagine
like a
someone,
child just like Brent presses a whole
Yeah.
head, just.
someone the size of a child throwing you like a whole ship.
I'll kind of start to sit up a little bit and I'll look at Shreem like rubbing my head. I think it's something about a battle between gods. It's a name Hadouken, I think.
Hiduku. I do remember the name. I'm just confused. I don't remember if this is the god of mischief that is nice, or if this is the god of mischief that enslaved my parents and is not a very nice person. If I can use person for deity, whatever.
To be fair,
I'll
it's
let
a little hard.
yeah, I'll let you, Sarim, make a religion roll.
Void, you better hope my result's not bigger than yours.
You know what? Just to spite him, I'll give him guidance.
It's on a 20.
Roll your guidance, I guess. See if you know everything about this god.
It is 1d4, right?
Yep.
That's a 4. It's equal to 27.
You have heard that there was from your travels. You have heard the gods were battling. It's in the way you got information is more in a gossip talk and not so much in academic studies. You heard bits and pieces, and there was a rumor and even a song probably about two gods were fighting for the right to the pantheon. One of those gods was the gods Wakim. She's mischievous, but she's nice. And Hidukul, who was mischievous and evil. And that's what you remember of those bits and pieces you got.
Who would have guessed? I think I would be a cleric a little bit better than you, Voight, because I remember that there were two gods battling for the right to be in the pantheon, one of them walking a very nice, mischievous god against Hiduku, a very evil, mischievous god. Where is your god now, Void?
I'll kind of look up. Since I'm only like still sitting up, I haven't like completely got up. I'll just kind of look up at him. Do you really want to risk that right now? You understand where we are, right? Like you fully understand saying that might bring her to us.
Well, this would be nice because the gods that I called, they never came. Maybe I would change my place of faith.
She wouldn't listen to us. She would just judge our souls of whether we're worthy or not, and then that's it. I hope you understand that.
Okay, so let me try something different. Baylor.
With him saying that, I'm gonna punch him in like the knee or something.
Roll for an attack.
Did I hear the conversation about the god stuff and?
Yeah.
I'm really good at
Yeah.
knee.
All right.
I rolled a 20 to hit him in the knee. It wasn't a natural 20, but it was still a 20.
Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Dude, you didn't have to do that much of an effort. My AC is 12. I'm super easy to hit.
It just
Ow!
But I did.
I'll look at-
Uh, go on.
I'll look up at him. Don't do that. I don't have the energy for this right now.
Well, actually, neither do I have the energy now because I'm very tired. All this tossing and fighting and being hit by my own friends just because I have more knowledge about their own subject. This is hurtful. But
Hold
anyway,
on now. The Raven
I
Queen is my
believe-
subject, not other gods.
But Serene, do you remember I told you that information a few months ago? So you cannot say you're a better cleric when you got it from a barbarian.
so you are a better cleric.
I told you it on the other ship with the changing map. Don't you remember?
Oh, you expect me to remember that? That happened ages ago. Well, anyway, by the way, I also heard a song about that. Their battle was really interesting and not pretty because, mischief, they enjoy the low blows, like, finger to the eyes, this kind of thing. Anyway, let me check this other coin. Don't try to check the other coin. What are the symbols that are there on both sides?
The other coin is that's the one you had, and you would know that that is the coin of Vakin.
Okay, I have 2 coins. One for Joaquin, one for Hitoku. What should I do with that?
Throw them overboard and create a portal.
Well, you gave me an idea, Drogo, but I am not going to throw them overboard because this is a token of protection. I feel safe.
You can
with
toss it.
lies and deception. I put
Try and-
Joaquin's coin in my pocket. Well, this one, yes, I'm going to throw overboard, and then I throw with all my strength.
Okay. Roll strength. Roll your athletics.
Athletics, and that is nice, 16.
Okay. You take a good gander. Well, approximately where I should throw it, and you run up to the deck. You run up to the railing, and then you make your throw. It's like the red glow is following it. And then you feel something at the back of your head. All of you hear a coin dropping.
What is it? I try to touch the back of my head as if I could catch something.
It just dropped.
Guys, I thought, what would Drogo do? And I just followed that.
Try and toss it.
I did it.
No, toss it like you did with the other coin.
But no.
Why
This is
not?
Joaquin, because this is protection. The moment I put it together with the blazing hot coin, it stopped burning my hand. Look, I show my palm. You can see the details in the scales. By the way, this detail was poorly made. The coin maker was not very skilled. You know something, Hitoku? Should choose better the people that work for you.
While you were all saying this, you smell wood burning. Right behind you.
Okay, I look back.
and you see the coin is glowing hot again.
Oh gosh. I placed the other coin on top of it to see if it stops burning the ship.
And it absolutely does.
Maybe you
Okay.
should try and swallow it, Serene.
Drogo, where did
Oh,
it come from? Just as
where did it
curiosity.
go?
No, yeah, it is going probably to end up in my stomach. As this is a kind of, I don't know, divine artifact, it might bring me some kind of side effect. And I'm thinking like the least worst of them all is diarrhea based on the number of bacteria that goes to my stomach because it's still a coin and lots of hands have touched this.
You're used to lots of hands, aren't you?
Oh yeah, those are fun times. Ah, I miss the mainland.
Dream. Maybe you should try flipping the good coin. Try summoning y'all's friend again. Maybe he can tell us more.
Okay. All right. I'm going to place the coin. Where are you, ghost boys? Where are you, the other bard? Where are you?
Well, and you hear a voice. Apparently, you can't see me because somebody is keeping a coin.
I'm trying to get it to get rid of it, but it's not working. I threw it off board. It came back.
Right. Well, and you all just hear a voice, and it's like the voice is walking around. So then Void hears it closer, and then Drogo hears it closer. I just can't appear. That's annoying. Why am I here? Well,
Well,
yes.
we have the
Hurry up.
coin. We have the coin. We're trying to get rid of the coin, but the coin comes back, and we don't know what to do. And I'm pretty sure Hidoko talked to me like, "Hello, son."
Good update. Can you show me the coin?
I hold it, even though it burns my fingers. I try to hold it in the air. Make it quick! Make it quick! It hurts.
It can't be that hot. And you feel the sensation of fingers getting close by and touching you, but it's like he can't grab it. You feel that his fingers are trying to actually grab it and touch it, and you feel the transition, but it's not transferring. It's not being taken out of your hand.
What do I do then?
Good question. I don't know. I only know that I can't appear because of that coin.
Okay. Any ideas for it? How we destroy a divine artifact?
Can I roll to know if there's any way to nullify a coin like that?
Yeah, you can. What would be specifically the question?
Um,
What would be your approach to this problem?
I guess like the religious aspect, like if I know from any scriptures or books or anything, it's like, hey, if you ever come across a cursed coin, it's very rare, but hey, this is how you do it. Or here's the legend of one of our clerics who stopped a cursed coin.
Okay. You can roll religion, yeah.
Hey, 16.
Okay. Um, it doesn't show up in any of your book knowledge. academically, you can't find any knowledge, religion-wise, to get rid of this.
Hmm. Well, we could always try to give it to the undead downstairs. I mean, this appears to be an object that comes back to whoever's holding it. And not like we really care what happens to the undead.
Yeah, but I don't know why, but this doesn't sound like a good idea because I have the fear that if I give this to one of those undead, they might get a power up and become another family member that I don't want to face.
I could also try and hit it again with my fists. It worked on the magic box.
True. Here, coin beater. And I throw the coin to him.
I'll catch it.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving roll, please.
16.
Okay. The coin is not glowing, but it is definitely warm in your hand. Not from your heat, not from Surim's heat, but from its intrinsic heat. It comes from it. And it's
Mm,
slowly getting hotter.
I'm gonna throw it overboard because it's getting hotter and I don't want it.
Okay.
You were right, Suri. What's this stupid coin? And I throw it away.
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
Yes.
Athletics?
Yes.
13.
You throw with all your might, even more might than when you try to throw off Void. But with that same might, you take bludgeoning damage at the back of your head. That's 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, wait.
And it falls right behind you. And you seem to get the smell of burning wood behind you.
What if we just let it burn the ship?
With us inside?
Well, it
No way
just
to
would
get off.
burn through. And there's already holes in the ship, so would it matter?
I think it matters, Drago. I don't think we should tempt that.
Well, Surim, pick it up again. It's your coin.
I guess the walking coin placed on top of it, and then I get two together. This is
Okay.
how you do it. But
Perhaps you
I
could-
guess you don't have your coin, do you?
I don't have a coin now.
Surim, perhaps you could try tying a piece of string around the coins to keep them together.
I could try, but
Sounds like a
just
good
tie
idea.
them together. Yeah, making two gods that hate each other and fought once to have two objects that represent them together. Why not? It sounds fun. It's like when I put those two princes to work together and they wanted to marry the same lady. And while I'm speaking, I am tying the coins. In the end, they had a fatal duel. Both of them died because each one hit the other in the vital spot. You know, medicine was not that great and we didn't have clerics nearby. In the end, the princess married the stable boy. Yeah, here it is.
Drogo, I want you to do a strength roll. Did you go back to the clutch?
I was still at the clutch.
Okay, make a strength saving roll, please.
21.
Okay. You, while you were turned, you got a big yank, a big jolt going starboard. The ship was trying to move the other way. You, fortunately, reacted quick enough with strength, and you kept on course. The map, however, it showed a glowing spot. A glowing spot on Abora Morte.
Mm-hmm. Is it far away?
You estimate that it's gonna be a couple of days' travel.
I only see a glowing spot there.
Yes.
And with the compass, I would be able to head there.
You notice that the compass is right in the middle of the. It turns right in the middle between the Raven Queen and Palor.
I try and set course for the spot
Okay.
if I know how to.
Void. Make a Arcana or religion. Religion. Let's make it religion.
Religion. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's a 5.
A 5. You still have, while this all happens, you still have that feeling that something is leaving the ship and rising from the ship. This jolt gave also produced a noise. The mass had to respond. Everything had to like kind of change the momentum all of a sudden. And also downstairs, in the cargo hold, you heard bottles, crates fall.
Ooh.
And you also heard a couple shatter.
Stream and Drawguard is next to me, right? We're all in the steering room.
I thought you were on deck, but yeah, you are close to the steering room. Yeah.
Okay, I'll drag Sareem with me to the steering room first. I'll like grab him by the hand and lead him into the steering room.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we have a whole other problem.
What would that be?
Oh, those soul jars downstairs are breaking, and I don't know quite what happens when souls are just ran free and rampant.
But why are they breaking?
Whatever caused that jerk in the ship earlier, that's what's causing it. And I'd imagine they're not all secured.
Well, the problem is I cannot leave this helm because then we will get off course again.
Well, shall we go and check then?
Rami and I can go, but first, before we do, I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing on all 3 of us. That takes about 10 minutes, but. Ooh.
While he's
Okay.
doing the incantation, I'm going to flip the 2 coins tied together. Well, here goes nothing. We never know.
We all gain 11 HP, so.
While you flip the coin, occasionally, because it's of the flipping, you see Yevon appear and disappear.
I knew it. Hiduko's influence is preventing Yervin from showing up. There is one positive side to this coin after all.
You are just glad that you are just lucky right now that I can't solidify here.
You were supposed to not be showing up.
I also tell them both about the new course we're taking to the bright spot on the map.
Well, technically speaking, it's not that far from our destination, right? And well, it wouldn't hurt for us to check that glowing spot on the map that we don't know where it came from.
Maybe it's something special.
Truth be told, I just want to get off this boat. I'm not very comfortable on this boat so far.
Well,
Well,
neither am I.
I have bad news for you. This might take a couple of days.
That brings us to a whole other problem then, Stream. We need to find food or something edible at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone at least 2 days without food.
You don't have
I
food in
don't-
your bags?
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting to go on an adventure. I had a bag with me to collect stuff around my temple.
I always
And
have
those I
rations
have are
with me.
incense sticks.
I always have rations.
Yeah, not my case either. Sorry.
I
All
got
that I have in my bag is a lock of hair.
I got rations for all of us for 3 days.
I have a water skin, and that is it. Oh no, I have 1 day of rations, but I'd imagine we haven't actually eaten yet. We've just kind of explored the ship and tried to fix it up.
Yeah, you've been continually under attack and busy and stuff, and you haven't had really time to rest. I mean, you took rest, but you didn't have time to cook at all.
Well, okay, guys, let's define our priorities then. I think we should check whatever is breaking downstairs carefully. And then we come back here, we eat, take turns sleeping, and we hope that this glowing menacing point that showed up in the map is not Inuku trying to kill us all.
Sounds like a plan. If you need help, shout at me.
Honestly, it sounds like the best idea we got right now.
Okay. Let's go
Okay.
then.
You're both going down the ladder. The first level is that narrow space between decks. It doesn't seem like something happened there. It's very dusty. Skeletons are lying around. No news. You go down to another deck, the deck where the room is, where the teleport room is. And there you do notice something. Surim, you definitely would notice that the map has changed. You know, there was a map on the outside, and the map has changed. It doesn't look like the same map as the map upstairs or the map that you remember on your own boat. On there, you see the ship. You see another ship going the same course. And then you see, of course, the glow of a spot in Abora Morte.
Okay. Void, do you see that?
Good question, do I? Is it dark enough for me to not be able to see?
The map is glowing because it's a golden. It is gold leafed,
Okay.
so it's really glowing. It's dusty, but it is gold. It's not copper. So it still has a very shimmery glow, and among that shimmery glow, you see that spot and you see the two ships. You would also notice that the symbols on the side and around the map are glowing.
I certainly do, and I don't know if you noticed that, but all the symbols on the map are glowing as well. I'm a bit more concerned of why it says there are two ships in our course, though.
Yeah. And do the ships look the same? Or are there any characteristics that we can tell them apart?
It is just this a picture of a pictograph of a ship. So you can't from that pictograph. There's exactly the same. So you don't know if it's the same ship or a different ship or small boat or a fishing boat. But you just see that there are two boats on the same spot.
And the symbols that are glowing are the same symbols of the noble families?
No, they are of the elements.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I remember these symbols.
They do glow at a certain. Um, they do seemingly glow occasionally, and they're dim occasionally.
What do they mean? I'll try touching one of them to see if there's something.
Oh, when you touch one that starts to, well, is its turn to glow, it gets hot.
Hmm. I'll try to repeat the pattern. As they glow, I'm going to touch the ones that glow, and then the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one.
I want you to do an intelligence roll. Yeah.
My strongest suit, yay!
Ooh, can I give him some guidance on that? I'll see
You're
him trying
there.
to like decipher it, and I'll give him like a touch on the shoulder to give him guidance.
In the meanwhile, can I try and fix the helm in the place so that we will sail the course that we are sailing?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I want you to do a survival roll so you know how to do the knots properly.
Don't feel me now, guys.
I am
Ah, God
also
damn
going to use my lucky feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll one more d20.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get the other result because it was much better than this mediocre result. So, Sai, you cast
Guidance.
guidance, right?
Yes.
D4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's a total 13.
13. It feels like. It feels familiar as it feels strange. But you do have a sense there is something. But it's. I don't know. You kind of have the feeling to brush it off.
Wait, you seem to be a very studied person. Help me out here. When I touch these things, the ones that glow, they feel hot. And I have the feeling that this is a key for something, but I don't know what it is exactly and how to activate it.
Well, it doesn't quite look like the dial. It does, in fact, look like the portal. Um, Touching a certain uh, input will, in fact, do different things. The one at the temple is able to summon a lot of water. Summon or stop a lot of water.
Hmm.
But for the inscriptions on the portal, and I assumed I looked at him while he was trying to touch it and like inspecting it.
Oh, I understand because I understand you are now inside the portal.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it was a room, or are you still on the outside?
No, I was whispering, so I'd be on the inside of it.
Uh, yeah, but because the map is on the outside, so that's why I'm asking for where you are. So when you are with Surin, um, you are looking for something, or are you?
I was just looking at the portal as he was messing with it.
Yeah, you observe what's going on, and um, I want you to do a make a sanity roll.
Oh my, okay.
I threw a 9 on the ropes.
Okay.
Well, I
Ooh,
threw a
that's
natural 20, but it rolled off my desk.
that's 10.
It's 10. Um. Okay. You rolled a 10. Let me see. You take 16 points.
What? 16 points?
Yes, of psychic damage.
Oh my.
White, are you okay? Your eyes are pointing to different directions. Are you all right?
21 minutes. Oh man, that hurt a lot. I'm kind of like clutching my hand like I'm starting to have a headache a little bit. Oh, no, I don't. I'm not.
I think maybe Drogo's attack caused you more damage than you thought.
Probably. I can't recognize anything of this at the moment, but I do know that this I think messing with those symbols on the side will do something. I think it will summon or open something.
Drogo, are you
Yes.
staying?
Well, I think I'm first gonna watch for like a good
Mhm.
few seconds, and if nothing happens, then I will go downstairs.
And then we get astray again.
You see the clutch yanks one side and it breaks one of the ropes. All of you get shaken to one side, so everybody does it has to do a deck save.
I
Natural 20.
3.
Ooh. 19, total 22.
Oh, Void, you get knocked on your feet. You're still disoriented from the pain that was coming, and you get knocked over, and you have 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
At this point, I'm like really, really hurting, so I'm going to use Cure Wounds on myself. Are you? I rolled a natural 1 to heal myself.
I will allow you to reroll that one.
Okay.
That is, you don't have all the best luck this game.
Okay, I rolled an 11. That's much better.
Okay, good.
Wait, you rolled a 1 on how much?
To heal, I rolled a 1 to heal, which was a total of 4 because of my modifier.
Yeah, but what is like the max you can heal?
The max I can heal, let me see. 11, yeah. I rolled from the minimal to the highest.
Nice.
So what was that you were saying about the online dice being rigged one way or the other? Minimum and max in my same rolls. That's the second time I've done this in this session too.
Okay,
Happens.
Void gets knocked prone, gets off balance. Drago, you are able to just move, and are you jumping towards the clutch to correct it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna correct it.
Okay. While Drogo is trying to correct it, Shreem, you see, of course, Drogo fall. Would you like to take any action?
Wait, I'm close to Drogo? I thought we
Oh,
were
sorry,
no
I
longer
mean
close.
Void. Sorry, I meant Void.
Okay, I'll try to help him, but I'm slow. Then I'll probably help him get back on his feet. So, let me help you.
Thank you.
Uh,
I'll accept the hint. And
where
pat
did you put
myself
the
on
coin that quick? It was still in your hand?
My pocket. I keep it in my pocket
Okay.
ever since I tied them together.
Great. Okay. Let's see. It seems now that everything is in order. It feels like the feelings that you had as something escaping or something rising is gone.
Hmm.
Drogo, you are able to get back on course towards Abora Morte. What would you like to do?
I'll definitely tell Sareem that I've stopped feeling like that flow of I couldn't exactly tell.
Should
I'll
we go back to the main room then? Get back to Drogo and eat something and rest? Because I think you've had enough adventure for a day. And I mean, you're probably hurt. And I believe your spells are reaching an end.
It's true. I've only got a reserve of about a spell left, I think. But we do need to go investigate this because if I'm unfortunately right, I think that if those soul jars break, they might be going into whatever corpses are around on the ship. And
Ooh, okay then.
I don't feel like being barraged by ambushed by I don't know how many zombies on the ship.
Which wouldn't be the first time for me, but okay, let's go.
And I guess
And I
at
start
a
to,
lot faster of a pace too, because it's a
I,
lot
I,
more urgent now.
I start talking like jumping and hopping and happy. Let's go.
So you hop on the ladder and climb up again.
I believe we
The
climbed down. We are going to the cargo deck, aren't we?
Yeah, you were. Uh, but are you going to continue downwards?
Right.
Yeah, so we're going to
Okay.
investigate first, then we
Okay.
go back.
Cool. Okay. It's pitch dark. You had night vision. Good.
Cerebral.
It is pitch dark. So Void, at the moment you don't see nothing. And you see a chaotic of stacks, broken crates, and broken jars that spilled out of the broken crates. Some are broken, some are not.
Well, I have one thing to say. Lights, Shantae, and then I cast light on one of my daggers.
Okay. There you
I
go.
do remember that you can't see in the dark, so as little as 60 feet, maybe, actually 20 feet, maybe, it's still some light. Now, as you can see, we have some broken crates over there. Let's take a look.
Okay. Roll investigation if you're really investigating. If not, we'll leave it up to that.
I'm gonna really investigate because I'm highly concerned. Ooh, that's a 10.
Mediocre 8.
Okay. Sai, what's your
No.
number?
Oh, I rolled a 10.
Okay. Um, both of you, but mostly Void, sees that some crates were branded, a very small brand, like a stamp, with two symbols, two religious symbols. You would, of course, recognize that one is of the Raven Queen, and you would recognize that one, well, probably both now by now, is of Palor. So the crates seem to be have labeled where their destination was going.
So technically speaking, this ship should visit both realms, right?
I don't know.
As far as we can decipher, maybe. um,
Do you
do we
have
see
a?
if there,
Sorry.
do we see if there are like any other crates that are unmarked, or like the boxes, like how Drago? We've seen the zombies and everything pop out of so far.
Yeah, those boxes were unmarked, and more caskets were unmarked. um, from those rolls, you think they're unmarked. Let me put it that way. It doesn't. If you, for example, take a look at a lid, there's no very obvious burning, so where you see a brand. But yeah,
Okay.
it would be
Because
weird,
I'm
but it's the way it is.
because I'm paranoid, I'm going to use Eyes of the Grave to see if I sense any undead within 60 feet.
Okay. Okay. Um, at the moment, there are undead, but they feel like they're 60 feet. They are 45 and leaving to 60 away from you, and those were above you.
I'll kind of like look over at Stream. I'm confused. I feel the undead moving, but above us?
Well, maybe they are in the deck between the decks. There is the portal room. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, that is where we found most of the undead here.
We should head back up to Drago. I'm fine investigating what we've seen.
Just one more detail. The crates that are broken, do they have stamps labeled, and which stamp is in bigger number? For example, do I have more crates to the Raven Queen that are broken, more graves to Paylord that are broken?
No, they're both at equal numbers. Of course, some were empty now because they got up, but the stamps that were marked were half and half.
Okay. Yeah, let's go back to Drogo. I think we will have to wait for the days to pass. Yay, more days in this weird ghostly ship.
Drogo, you are up there. Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something, Void?
I was just gonna tell Stream we should just like hurry back to Drago.
Drogo, you feel that the ship is aggressively moving, swaying from port side to starboard.
It's trying to get away from where I'm directing it. Or...
Yes. Yes.
Well, I'm keeping it in place. I am the boss here.
Meanwhile, you two come up the deck. And you look down into this small space because it's a little bit lower than the deck. And you see Drogo kind of struggling to get the ship on course.
I'll
Do you want
try
some
to
help,
him.
Drogo?
Well, I could use some help. The ship is being a son of a witch, and I don't know what to do about it.
What do you have against witches? I've met some of them. They're nice. They make wonderful tea.
I'm just gonna go to Drago and start
Well,
helping
I
him
didn't know
before
you
we-
like hallucinating tea, but sure.
Those are the best type of tea, my dear. And I'll try and help him
So
set the
hallucinating
ship on course.
tea and a lot of hands. Okay, all right. I know what you're into.
What kind of experiences did you have to have fun, Drogo?
I didn't. I only heard stories about bards. I heard they like a lot of hands. You
Well,
confirmed my conspiracy theories.
we certainly do. Tongues too. Tongues are nice. Are you okay there, Void?
Both in and out of character Void would be like, because there was a high probability there was a bard there, and I've heard those stories too. So I'm just kind of breaking down, just trying to help Drago, and just Mert's like laughing.
Are you
It's
gonna do anything, Serene?
I'm happy. And when I say that, I am probably stretching the map further, that kind of useless thing that nobody needs to do, but I am doing like I'm helping while they do the heavy work.
Why don't you go and cook some food? Sounds like a job for you.
Okay, then I'll try to cook some food.
you go down, Sudim. It's one. It's the same deck as the teleport room, so it's one deck between. You go down and you find the kombuis, like the galley, you call it in English, I think. And everything seems to be like dusty and kind of nasty, and it, it looks like everything is there, so that might not be it, but it's just loaded with dust.
Hmm, that would be healthy. I'll try, dusting a little bit before I start cooking, and I try to light a fire and try to cook, even though day ration, I believe it's mostly made of dried food, like dried meat and dried fruit. So if there's something that I can cook, okay. If there's nothing, I'll probably get sidetracked by something like, oh, I heard a noise. Let me check what that is.
Roll investigation to go through if there is still something to eat.
Investigation. 7.
Okay. Next to the galley, or kombuis as we say, there is a cabinet, a cabinet-size space that one person can actually fit in. And you check the shelves, and it's like you try to grab something, and it turns into dust. You try to open up a bottle, and it's like nothing. It's like if you turn it over, dust. So no, unfortunately, it doesn't help you to. It doesn't give you anything that you need.
Hmm. Dang it. I wonder if there is something to cook on this floor. Let me try and find something, and I'll start exploring the floor.
Okay, the whole deck. Okay, go through crates and go through stuff. Investigate, please.
And investigation. Ooh, it was almost an at 1. That was just a 10.
You go through the crates and the barrels. There are also barrels in here. In most of the barrels, there are dead bodies in there. So then it gets. You would expect with a dead body in a barrel, it would smell, but it's so old. It's like if you even push it, it like falls apart and just becomes a stack on the bottom of the barrel. There's one barrel that actually contains water.
Hmm. I'm going to smell it.
It
Like,
smells bad.
yeah, not gonna happen. I wonder if the cleric knows how to purify water. Well,
It smells bad in like water that has been laying still for a very long time. So it's not reeking of toxic fumes. You understand what I'm saying?
That
no, yeah, but I'm worried about, whenever water stands still in a wooden container, it might proliferate bacteria and stuff like that. Okay, nothing interesting here. I think I'm going to get back there.
Okay. You just start preparing what you have.
Ooh, let me cook this soup of nothing with nothing and touches of nothing.
Okay. uh, you prepare a plate. A healthy plate for everybody. Um, and it contains a kind of a dried fruit salad with nuts and dried apple and dried pineapple, with of course a bits of dried meat. Kind of that's what it is. This is the meal of the day. You combined multiple sorts of stock or rations that Void also gave, probably, and of what Drago had.
I hope you like it. I put a lot of effort on it. As I enter the room, I say,
plate.
Okay, guys, you have been able to eat. Um, are you having a dinner conversation or?
Surim, what is this?
this is the food we've got. I looked around downstairs, but actually, the only close to an edible thing that I could find was a barrel full of water, stale water. So,
Hmm.
Void, do you happen to have the capacity to, purify water or something? I heard from one of my trips that you clerics could do that.
I grab like a bag of jerky out of my backpack and I start eating it. And not the food that Surim prepared. It's
I'll
very
look
tasty,
at
Surim.
I'll look at
You hurt my feelings.
Yes, Void.
I'll look at Stream and I'll go, I could. I'd need some time to be able to change one of my spells, though, is the thing.
Well, I believe we are going to rest now because, well, there's nowhere else to go. and but we have a fount of clean water once you can clean it. Because that stuff has been stocked here for ages. It's like bizarre, guys. You have no idea. Many, many barrels, they have bodies. And when I accidentally touched them with a little bit of force with my finger to check if they were tender and soft so that I could cook their meat, because you're not going to throw away any kind of meat, right? They turn into dust.
When he says like when he basically says he's talking about cannibalism, I'm just gonna look at him like open mouth. I was in the middle of eating like part of the jerky, and he says that, and I'm just like,
Well, Void, I have two things to tell you based on your face. Number one, if cannibalism is wrong, I don't want to be right, especially in the situation we are now. Number two, no, I did not use the bodies to prepare the food. This is all the rations we had
I
because I
hope
couldn't
you
find
don't.
anything else actually.
I hope you don't use all the rations.
No, not sorry. I didn't express myself clearly. all of this was in the rations that we had. This is not
All right.
all of our rations, but this all that is there we brought with us. Nothing from this ship, I believe, is younger than 1,000 years old.
But
Yeah, I can-
on a serious note, do you guys think we will ever get off the ship?
I certainly hope so. I don't want to be on this any longer. I have to be right now.
Yeah, actually, I'm getting sick and tired of ships.
Yeah, we've been on sea for a very long time.
It was so much fun when there were other people that we could play and joke around.
True. Or when you like tried to jump ship like 7 times, but you kept falling in the water. That was
Yeah.
the best day ever. I haven't had laughed that hard in a long time.
That was fun, but it was even more fun when you tried to speak to my lady.
Well, I you teached me how to seduce a woman.
I never said I was good at it,
That's true.
but my abilities have given me lots of hands. Let me tell you that, and tongues. Tongues. Okay, so
I'm not a fan of cow tongues, but I don't know some people like to eat them.
yeah,
Mike is just staring aghast because he's never heard people brazenly talk about that before. I've been around old people and basically monks, so it's like
What are
just
you?
standing
Why
there.
is your mouth open? What do you think we're talking about? We're talking about food.
we are not talking about food.
Well, cow tongues you were talking about, right?
No, people's tongues.
What?
Boyd's had enough of Sareem today. I'm gonna go make sure that the door is locked and I'm gonna go to sleep.
I was
He's
about
talking
to
about
say,
cannibalism.
Void, you would definitely see that outside it's getting a whole lot darker. The light purple changes to very dark purple. Still no stars in the sky.
Yeah, I'm gonna still like kind of in shock from Sareem talking about cannibalism and very blatantly some of the stuff he has, which is almost a pretty much brand new experience to Void. I'm just gonna go like I'm gonna lock the door of the room we're in and I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like aghast, like just taken aback, like
Aren't you happy you're not a paladin? Those guys are a little bit harder to get more chaotic lifestyles than most. So
Um, who is while you're preparing, I suppose, to go to sleep? Um, are you gonna switch turns to do the steering?
Yeah, I'll start
Okay.
with guarding and steering.
okay, let me know when your turn is over. I just
I definitely
lie
will
down.
wake you first.
Okay. Let's make everybody make sanity rolls, please, while you're sleeping.
no.
See.
Do I already have to roll?
No, you can roll later.
8.
Uh-huh.
15.
Cool. Surim, you you had a lot to do today. A lot of things happened today, and your brain is trying to, as it should do when you're sleeping, trying to process it all. But you, it makes you sweaty, and Drogo sees that you're sweating. Something about the coin is not sitting well while you sleep. And in your dreams, you hear a voice. The same voice that you saw outside in the sky. Ah, you have returned.
Oh no. This is the only thing I if I ever wake up from this dream, it's the only thing I remember me saying, oh no.
Well, I knew you would come here one day. I only had to find the right time to catch you.
What do you want with me?
You were promised.
Oh no, I hate my parents. I'm nobody's property. I'm my own property.
Well, they lost a bet.
A bet should affect them, not me.
Yes, they lost their child. This is not something that, you know, that does affect them.
Well, you lost a fight with Joaquin. What do I have to do with all that?
Ooh. Well, aren't you the smart one?
No, actually, I have a medium intelligence. I'm not so great there.
He sighs. Rest assured, you are going to stay here. And while he says that, you feel that there is a huge hand squeezing you right now. Drogo, you see that he is profusely moving and sweating, trying to struggle himself out of it. But he's not really moving like he's not swaying his arms, but he's definitely moving, wiggling restlessly.
Nah, not my problem. And I keep steering because Serene would never do this for me, so I wouldn't do it back.
Void, my child.
Oh, I guess I'm like in the same kind of sleep state as Serene, huh? What?
Don't you recognize the voice of your deity?
I don't know if I have a body, but if I could, I'd like make the gesture to like bow on my knees. Madam Raven Queen.
The lines between us are so vague right now.
I remember. I've read about this. This is during that time. I believe we've got another 2, 3 days.
You're going the wrong direction.
Wrong direction, man. But I don't know what direction we're even going. Which
She
is true. I
smiles.
don't.
She smiles. And you feel that, you feel a the feeling of a giggle. Oh, my child. You know where to go. And they know it too.
I suppose it's truly time then, Madam Raven Queen.
Finish the mission. Finish the ship's mission.
I'll kind of just grimace really hard. All the cargo has been destroyed.
Some have returned, some have not.
Understood, Madam Queen.
Finish the mission.
I'll just nod at hearing the finish the mission again, just kind of like in fear, because to have a direct connection like that is kind of rare to finish the thing.
Drogo,
Mhm.
roll perception.
23.
Seems like the jolts that the steering clutch had were gone. It's like calm seas. You don't hear anything. You hear waves. But that's kind of it. Your turn is ending and you are getting tired. Who are you going to wake up first?
Gonna stumble over to Sareem, give him a bitch slap, and then just fall dead asleep.
A true friend.
I just hit him, like not really hard, but just so he wakes up and he has like a red cheek. And then I just tumble over and just in my bed and fall asleep immediately. So he doesn't even know really what happened.
Okay. So, Reem, you get violently awake.
Ow! That dream was so real. Ow! I get up with some difficulty because my face is burned. Oh, Drogo has already fallen asleep. Okay. I just go towards the steering wheel and try to set the course. But
Drogo,
then,
sorry.
yeah. No,
Go on.
please.
And then you said?
I'm going to get the points.
Okay. Hold that thought. Drogo, what did you roll again for sanity?
I still need to roll, so here goes nothing. A 14.
Strangely enough. Well, how did I... How on... Ooh, you have some nasty dreams. What am I doing here?
Why are you in my why are you here?
Yeah, good question. How did I end up in your brain?
Well, I think that's the last place you want to be.
Yes, apparently yes. Look at those... Look, there's a fighting pit right there. All that violence.
And that was like, I think a few months before I left. Oh man, I dislocated that guy's jaw. Oh, that was a great hit.
Oh, ooh, what did you do with that woman?
Well, she tried to strangle me, so I broke her leg.
You were naked! Why would you do that?
You know, weird stuff happens.
Oh,
Fighters, barbarian, you know, you can control everything.
Apparently.
Everything is
Apparently.
all at once.
Well, try to get me out of here.
I'll think about something else.
What are you thinking about? Well, I'm now gonna ask, what are you thinking about?
I'm gonna think about the how's it called, the Mr. Otto's like his cabin, so where I got my training. And I'm just thinking about sitting there with the fire with some like nice tea or something.
Well, this is a whole lot more wholesome. How do I get out of here? And while while you were sitting here, he just wanders off. I want you to do a Yeah, do another sanity roll. This is gonna be contested.
13.
Okay. And it seems like he disappeared.
I go back to the fighting pits. About seeing how glorious I was as like one of the best there.
The 2 coins, um, did you undo the wrapping that you made for them?
Yes.
And you see from Drogo's head a foot appear, and then another foot appear, and
Oh,
then the rest of a
finally.
body.
You're here. Good. I have to talk to you.
Well, I just had a very strange landing.
Where were you?
Inside of his brain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, well,
If you had been inside of my brain, it would be much different experience. Much more interesting too.
I suppose so, but this was quite shocking, to be honest. Okay,
Well,
what was your question? Because
uh,
it seems that I can't hold shape here. And
yeah,
when
well,
he's trying to
here,
grab something, he goes straight through.
here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I found out that when Hidoku called me son,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't mean it as he's my dad. He meant it as he's my daddy, as in daddy. Basically, my parents lost a bet, and I'm surprised.
Oh, right. Yes. Well, that's probably why I was assigned to take you away. Probably.
Yeah, well, the problem is Hidoku said that I'm never leaving this place.
Yes, that might be a problem, mainly for you, but it's gonna be a problem.
Yes, but I'm worried that if it comes to terms like this, if I have to come to terms with this kind of thing, situation, I wouldn't want Drogo and Void to be sucked into my problems. So I want you to make sure that if I have to stay, they leave.
They do have their own will, you know.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about what they choose to do. I'm worried about what Hiduku tries to do to them.
Oh yeah, well, I can only promise you one thing, which is I can do anything in my power, um, not to get them harmed, or at least that they heal that can escape. But that's the only promise I can. But because if they decide to follow you, it's not my problem.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm all pro freedom of thought and freedom of will. So if they choose this way, okay. But if they choose to go, please help them escape. I don't want them to have the same sign as the same destiny as I do. I hate this kind
Does
of fate.
Drogo still have the coin?
No.
Crap. And I can't find them
Yeah.
if they need me.
Well, actually, you still can. I'm going to get the coin and I'm going to slip in Drogo's pocket, but I'll try to make it swift so that he doesn't wake up.
Okay. Roll sleight of hands.
Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. 21.
Okay. And he makes a big sigh. That is what I can. And he disappears.
I do hate you looking at Hiduku's coin. And I place it back in my pocket.
All right. Make a perception roll, please.
Oh, come on. 3. And I'm going back to the steering stick.
It seems like everything else all right. The seas are calm. Um, and it's kind of the end of your turn.
Okay.
It's time to wake up. Wait.
All right. I knock on the door. If I don't hear a response, I'm going to open the door, get close to side, and say, "Wakey, wakey, rise and shine."
I'll wake up kind of like startled a little bit because I wasn't expecting.
Sorry to ask that, but are you holding any secrets? Because you're one of the people that gets the most started I have ever met. As if you were like hiding something inside of you. Void, seriously. You can't keep it all in. You have to share, okay? Anyway, it's your turn. Have fun.
Okay. I'm just gonna like. Void's clearly not a morning person, despite being very devout.
As he leaves, I'm just going to say, I hope you dreamed of hands and tongues. And I just lie down and start sleeping again.
I'm just gonna go to the steering stick. The map and the compass are there, right? Like
Yes,
we're still
they
on
are.
course to
Yep.
the normal
It seems like you're still on course. The stick is not moving that much. It's not swaying very deeply to either starboard or port side. So it feels like it's gonna be easy.
Okay.
Make a perception roll.
Blue perception. There you go. That is an 11.
You feel that um, again. You get that feeling that something is moving from below, going up. It stopped for a while, but when the purple skyline became bright again, it felt like it started again. Very faint, like in the background, like a very faint gray noise, but it's back again.
Can I tell like the distance from where we're going to where the Raven Queen is, or do I even remember like the dream at all?
Yeah, let's give that up to chance. Roll something related to memory. I think that would be just sanity.
All right.
Yep, it doesn't fit really in intelligence.
Well, that is a 17.
17. You remember the whole conversation.
Hmm. I'll kind of like look at the map and try to, like, I guess kind of judge to see like uh, the distance, like how much more time it would take to go from our destination currently to the Raven Queen.
You see that it's gonna take less than a couple of days. You traveled quite a lot. Uh, you got closer to the Aboramonte place. The distance between the distance towards the Raven Queen hasn't changed. So your distance to the Raven Queen hasn't changed.
Hmm. I kind of consider it for a moment, like looking like to consider if like I really should on my own, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to because a Drago would just throw me like a ragdoll again, and it would probably be better to go to wherever whatever this destination is, it would probably be a good idea to grab food and water because Sareem told me there was only water.
Okay. You're going downstairs to get water?
Yeah, he did tell me about the water, and I can
Okay.
ritual cast that. I have now changed my spell. I have purify food and water.
Okay, cool. You go down, and of course you come across the bodies, come across the skeletons, and you come across the barrel that contained water because the lid was put back on but off. You understand what I'm saying?
Kind of askew.
Yeah, it's kind of skewed. It wasn't put on back properly.
Being able to tell if this was the barrel that Sareem was talking about, I'm going to start ritual casting purify food and water.
Okay.
Also, actually, I'll also make my own, like, just look around on the room to see if I see any possible food or other drink.
Roll investigation for that before you start
Yeah.
your ritual casting.
Nobody trusts the bard to do something.
Oh,
Everybody second checks.
I rolled worse. I rolled a 6.
You don't find anything extra, Void. Not anything.
After
I go
make a-
downstairs the next day, find a lot of food.
Not finding anything, I'll just go back to the barrel and I'll start ritual casting purify food and water, which is 10 minutes, I think.
Okay. It takes you a while, and 10 minutes are getting close to, well, something rise, because you don't know if it has a sun or not. Drogo, you wake up. You don't see anybody at the steering stick. Void is your ritual's casting was done. Did you take water out of the barrel?
No, it's just in the barrel. I can purify within a 5-foot spear.
Okay. So you walk back, and there you meet Drogo, who caught you not behind the steering stick.
Void, what are you doing?
I purified the water down there. We have drinking water now.
But no one's steering.
That did seem like a problem before.
It's always a problem. The last time you didn't do it, we did a 180. And we got off course for like half a day or something. I don't know how much, but too much.
Well, I mean, it would quite matter where we go if we don't have the water.
Because you did the 180 last time. We had the giant head in the sky.
You trusted the person who's never been on a boat to steer the boat all by themselves.
Yeah, because I trusted Sareem would explain it.
He told me there was a stick and the stick changed the direction. That was all I got out of that.
You can never leave anything to tall people, can you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not want the water?
That's not what I said. I got a good stomach anyway, so
How come this became my fault? I'm sleeping.
because it's always your fault.
Leave Surim alone.
Speaking of Serene, by the shouting that you hear Drogo do towards our friendly cleric, you get waken up by that noise.
Oh, come on. What are you guys shouting down there? And I do shout like with a lot of strength to make myself heard without having to stand up.
Nothing that concerns you, Sareem. And I'm gonna also look at the map now to see if we're still on course.
You are still on course, and you still are going towards Abora Morte.
All right, great.
Did
And
you
now
have
I'm
a
gonna-
long rest?
And now I'm gonna go to the water.
Yeah, you all had a long rest. Everything is full health. You of course lose your temporary health if you had some temporary extra XP.
Actually, I've got my 3 uses of lucky again. Yay.
Good. Good for you.
Now I can get mediocre results twice per test.
You can
What
get
would you
twice as
like to do
many.
in the morning after the being told off, Void?
It doesn't really affect me. I've had old people yelling at me for years that I wasn't giving them food the right way, so it doesn't phase me when someone yells at me. I'm just kind of like, the, as you say, the customer service face, just the
Okay, Shuri.
Well, first thing I'm going to do is check how things are going in the steering stateroom.
Mm-hmm.
If everything is all right.
Everything
Check
is
why
all
they
right?
were shouting at each other. And then I'll ask Void if he purified water. On an affirmative sentence, I'm going to help myself to a wonderful breakfast of water. And I am going to drink it, and I'm going, if there is anyone near me or not, I'm going to drink it and I'm going to say, refreshing.
Nobody's near you, but I do want
I'm
you to
going
roll.
to do it anyway.
I am going to have you do a perception roll.
Ooh.
Okay, so, ooh, nice. That is a 20.
You notice that there's some vague apparition coming towards you while you take your sip and drink.
Do I recognize this operation?
It's getting close to you, so at the moment you don't really have a focus on it yet, but you do notice it. There's something white coming towards me.
Okay, dear apparition, if you have any intention of communicating with me, please be more specific because I am very slow to this kind of thing. Actually, don't even know how I got so many hands and tongues in my life because I really take my time noticing this kind of thing. And then I drink another sip of water.
It stares at you.
I know it's you, Yevon.
And when it comes closer, you see it's a female figure.
Oh, Yevon, you're different. What happened to you?
She's not saying anything. She's looking at you.
Okay. All right, dear. Let's try this again. I placed the coin away from me. I have the feeling that this is a magic item that prevents any kind of communication with other planes.
She's getting closer to the coin. So when you try to move it away, she's drawn to it.
Okay. I get a coin and I present it to her. If you want to take it, I don't want it.
When she tries to touch it, she gets more solid. So she starts showing colors. It's still vague, still a visage, but she shows colors. She shows how she's dressed, and she is very much dressed like a bard.
Oh gosh, these coins just show me competition, don't they?
She comes close to you and touches your cheek.
Who are you?
And you see that you see, because you now see more color, she shows a tear. A tear is dropping.
Oh, let me guess. Mom. Go away. You bet me. You have no right to cry now. You bet the life of your son and you lost. if you're not my mom, sorry. I'm really sorry, but I have a lot of grudge here. So anyway, unless you communicate something, dear, can't help you. But if you want the coin, it's yours.
When she touches, um, she gets more solid and to the point that she can actually grab the coin. She takes it. She holds it, and from her hand, she becomes a solid individual. She still can't speak.
Okay. There is one way to communicate things without the ability of speaking that is known by bards. The name of this wonderful language is modern dancing.
You have me modern dance. Heavens, okay. I did not see that coming, but okay. She starts to tippy toe with the coin in her hand. She starts to tippy toe, and then she makes a swirl, and she bows.
I'm going to imitate and bow again. Because now I get pissed off because I don't get the message.
She starts to tippy toe towards the teleport room,
I'm following her.
and she stands with her arms wide. She makes a little jump and falls through the floor. She's now. So the only thing you can do is, take the just stair, take the ladder down.
Yeah, I'll
Unless,
try.
and you see her
I'm-
standing there next to the teleport room,
Okay.
and she embraces the map.
Okay. Actually, there's one thing that you could tell me. I point to the dialer, the symbols. Show me the order.
You see that she is doing a rhythm, and you've seen that rhythm before.
Hmm. Where did I see, or rather hear, this rhythm?
Roll history.
Okay. Before that,
Mm-hmm.
because I am not a very lucky person,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast enhance ability for
Mm-hmm.
myself, and I'm going to choose intelligence.
Okay.
All right. Which gives me advantage in any test intelligence based. So, history, right?
Yes.
First roll, second roll, it's a 16.
16. You recognize this pattern as the same speed and the same intonation of the brightness of the symbols on the map.
Okay. I am going then to look at the map and I'll try to take the music out of it. Assigning how many symbols are there?
There are 7 in total, and there are a couple that that get highlighted and then dim, but then with that same rhythm of dimming and highlighting, you notice that's the same pattern she's dancing.
I am going to take my lyre because I'm sick of playing my flute. So I'm going to take my lyre and I'll reproduce the music.
Okay. And she's dancing and tippy toeing and uh, not so. She goes more into direction of ballet with grandeur moves. Um, and you keep repeating, and you see while you were looking at her rhythm and you look at the map at the same time, it comes across that might be an address.
Oh, boy, Drogo, come here, fast.
Can we discern that it's like a happy or like scared kind of him screaming?
Knowing Surim, yes, you definitely would. And
Okay.
especially Drogo would know.
I push Void to go
Yeah.
to run down. Probably like pushing him in his butt or something because I'm too small, but
I'll like sidestep so Drago can go first because I assume he's faster than me.
well,
Actually,
probably
he
more
has short legs. You're probably the fastest one.
you're probably faster, but I'm probably more
You're more athletic, so
yeah.
You both get down, and you see that Surim is pretty excited about what his discovery.
do we see the woman, the female bard?
It's gone.
Okay.
What do you found?
This, and I play.
You play a sound and you play a rhythm that it coincides with the dimming and the light up. I'm stuck. With the highlighting and the dimming of the sigils of the elements.
Do you see
Do
that?
either of us?
I'm
Do
gonna
either
turn
of us
around.
recognize that?
I turn around and I just say, Bart, and I go back up again because he just only played a tune to me, and I'm very confused.
No, Drogo. Don't you see the symbols lighting up?
Yeah, so you created a dance party or something?
No, I think that's an address.
Well, you figure it out. I'm gonna get my backpack. Be right back.
Void, help me out. Drogo is too scared to help me.
No, I just don't like disco party.
Technically speaking, it should be something more like folkloric, but okay. I get that you don't have any experience in music. And I was scared that one day it would be a competition to me. So, help me out, Void. Please press the buttons similar to the speed and the music that I'm playing.
Good. Out of character, I need a quick break.
Uh,
Okay.
we'll be ending soon. Make your dial.
Uh, like I've got to assist with some grocery bringing in like 2 minutes.
Let's take a break. We'll be right back, everybody.
Okay, I'm going to brew myself some coffee. Now I got excited.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just now. I think they're at the door.
Don't worry.
while my companions are still talking, they're muted. They're still talking. Welcome back to the stream. We will continue the game. The last thing that happened, was that Surim was asking Void to help out. Let's put you on blast. Oh, let's put you on blast. Surim, you were shouting?
Void, do you have good ear?
I suppose.
Okay, so pay attention. That symbol over there is this. Pling. That symbol over there is this. Pling. That symbol over there is this. Pling. And then I'm going to show each note and then, okay, now you get it. Dial. You know, like playing that very hard song from Guitar Hero 3, if you know what I mean.
Okay, Void, I want you to roll for this.
Okay.
If you remember what these quick instructions were.
Yeah, that was pretty quick, and I'm not.
That was pretty quick. So let's do a performance roll for you. If you can perform to
But before
mimic
that-
what was going on.
Oh,
Before that,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to, well, use the music that I'm playing to also inspire him.
hmm,
Take some bardic inspiration. Here's a present for you, Void.
alright. Is that like my guidance, like a D4?
It is, yeah, it's like your guidance, but better because it's a D6.
Okay, well I had a 19 on the performance check, but I'll roll the D6.
And that's not cheating.
Oh, and I rolled a 5. Okay,
So what's the total?
25. Yeah, I rolled a 24.
24. While you were dialing in this big dial, or it's not a big dial, it was like incorporated in the door. Just like in the other place, on the other ship, as the Drogo and Suri might remember. Slowly, there is a swirl appearing, a vortex appearing, and it seems to be blue.
Blue and watery.
Reem, I've done it, but I don't know if this is good or bad just yet.
Yes, blue and watery.
Ooh, I sense copywriting coming. Cass didn't get the joke about Stargate.
Mm,
It didn't
Well,
splash back though. That's what did not happen.
oh, it's not happy to see us. Okay, so let's wait for Drogo to return and then we can cross it and maybe we go home.
I think we've all got different definitions of home, Reem.
Okay, let me rephrase it. And then we go anywhere but here.
Much better.
Drogo, what are you
Drogo,
going
are
to
you
do?
coming?
I grab my backpack and whatever they may have left behind. I don't know if they grabbed their stuff. And I also gonna grab my horn. And because I thought what Shireen was playing was nice, I'm gonna try and play it on my horn while I'm climbing down.
Uh, do a performance roll, please.
A dirty 20.
30-20. Surim, you did some performances that were pretty good, and occasionally there were people in the crowd that would play along. You gotten used to this, but it's sometimes you get those gems where people are playing perfectly with what you threw out. It was the sound of kind of like of magic that appears from the ladder And there you have Drogo playing your song perfectly
On a war horn.
on a war horn.
I am tapping my feet as he gets inside the portal room. Maybe I should go around throwing my fist and sinking ships from now on.
Well, maybe you're good at it. I don't know. You have a great master to teach you.
Void?
Is Void a good fister?
I mean, I busted him in the kneecaps earlier, so
I was drinking, Gav.
I know. That's why I did it. You
Oh,
asked
good
it
enough
for
to
it.
get his knee out to buckle from under him.
that I don't know, but I can guess that he doesn't have a lot of experience, unless he has some kind of natural talent, because he got so touchy when I mentioned my previous experience with hands.
But why are you angry at me? I just played your song.
Because you're on the road to become a competition. This
No,
boat is not big enough for 2 stars.
I don't think I would ever be good enough to be a bard as a
Oh.
performer. I'm more of a performer in a ring, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Drogo, you're right. No, please get across the portal.
I jump in.
Before I go, can I like scribble down somewhere the combination to this portal key?
Yes.
To that? Cool. I'm gonna scribble it down on a piece of paper really quickly.
Okay. You all jump in?
Yep.
All of you. Make a sanity roll.
Just something. Are you going to take the piece of paper with you?
Yeah, I just have it in my hands. Like I'm writing as
Oh.
I'm walking through the portal.
No, it's because you didn't say anything, so I thought that you would leave behind, like, oh my god, we have a horde of undead coming after us. How come?
Ooh. I rolled a 10 on that sanity.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Mm-hmm.
18. I'm the sanest of them all.
You feel, of course, like last time you felt that energy was leaving your body. To a certain point, you see everything going by very swiftly, and you regain your consciousness in that in solidification of yourselves. It's like you were reconstituted, but you're still moving. You're still moving. Surim and Drogo feel that this is different this time. And for Void, you didn't do this very often. But you see, Drogo and Surim, there is a bigger distance between you. And the more time progresses, the more distance there is between you and them two.
Hold on now, don't forget me. And I guess I'll say this is it's like I'm trying to move through almost like jelly.
It keeps moving, it keeps moving. The distance becomes bigger. 10 feet. 15 feet. 20 feet. 30 feet. What would you like to do?
Surim, save him!
I get a piece of rope from my backpack, probably quickly tied to something heavy, maybe a full water skin. I try to, twist it and throw it to him. Grab it, Void!
Okay.
I will
Roll.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go to Surim to hold the rope with him.
Okay. Surim, roll a acrobatics.
Okay. And I am going to use my lucky feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that is a total of 8.
Void,
Hmm.
roll a dexterity save.
Okay, this is not good. My worst.
Please pass.
Hey, a 17.
The throw was absolutely worthless. It was absolutely worse, and it kind of knocked you on the head. This water skin.
It is a
Sorry.
cool-
But you were able to grab it. You were able to. You slid a couple of extra feet away, but you were able to grab it in all the confusion. Like, and at the moment you are like being towed by it.
Can I try to like pull myself closer? Is they're kind of like I guess they're pulling me, right? Like they're not just standing there.
I don't know.
Drogo, let's pull him. Let's tie ourselves together with the rope.
Yeah, I'll just start pulling
Okay.
because I don't know, tying together. I don't know about that one, but
Okay. You roll a void. You roll a dexterity save. Drogo, you roll a athletics, and Serene, you're doing pulling too, right?
Yeah, I'm helping Drogo.
Roll also a athletics.
Oh, 10.
I also rolled a 10.
I rolled a 5.
Oh my god. Actually, before you tell me the result, Lucky strikes again.
Yeah, but you can roll 20, but if you can't even hold the rope, you won't even make it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take my first roll anyways, because the second one was a nat one. So I can choose that this is the first one.
Even when you have lucky, you're not lucky.
Yeah.
Well,
Void, you do try to hold on with all your strength, and the rope is slipping out of your hands. So every second and every time they take their turn, you lose another 5 feet.
Okay. Am I still holding on to the rope, or if I let go of the rope?
And you have 20 feet left on the rope, so
Okay, well I don't trust in my own capabilities. I'm going to cast. See what's here. Yeah, I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself for Cat's Grace, so I have Dex advantage now.
okay, cool.
Well, instead of helping, because I'm not helping, I'm going to do the same thing, but on Drogo. I'm going to cast Enhance ability, and it's going to be Strength. So any strength-related test will have advantage.
Okay, make the same rolls as before.
natural 20.
Whew. That first roll was
And
a
to-
1. Let's see what the other
Natural 20, total of 25.
25.
Roll something good, Void, else I will just pull the rope away.
Hold on. Can I
Yeah,
also
that's
cast guidance on myself?
not anymore.
Yeah, okay. The higher roll was 9.
The higher
Oh,
rolls
Lord.
die.
The higher,
and
the lower
you-
roll was 1.
Drogo, you pull so hard.
Oh.
Boy totally loses his grip, and he's now 40 feet behind you. And you have the rope
I
and
throw
the end
the
of the
rope.
rope.
I
But
throw the
wait.
rope.
Wait, Drogo. I put the rope. I roll the rope in my arm. Throw me.
I throw Serene. I don't know how, but I throw Serene.
I've
Okay.
seen that meme.
With is athletics?
That's the same athletics.
Oh yeah, a 21.
21.
Yes.
um, Sureim, while you're being thrown, what would you like to do in the process of being thrown, going into the direction of void?
I'll probably try to reduce friction if there is any in a between planes travel
Mhm.
by closing my arms, and when I get close to him, I'll try to act as a hook, you know.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand. I'm gonna make this a manual thing. Void, you see Surim going straight at you right now.
14.
What would you like to do in this moment?
Probably try to brace myself somehow.
Brace yourself.
Because
That's it.
I don't have the capability of movement here to dodge him, and if I tried to, I feel like I'll just be lost forever in the void.
Okay. 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 Roll sleight of hand, and you did, I suppose.
14.
14.
Hey, sleight of hand is Dex, so my cat's grace still works, and I'm happy that it still works. I'm very happy it still works. For reference, the first roll was a 1, and the second roll was an 18.
uh, while you were straight heading towards Void, Surim, you timed your action, and Void is responding accordingly. That you can grab Void while you're going into even past Void. You take him at the end of the rope, but you are now grappled Void.
Okay. I mean, in this case, I'm not gonna fight it because I'm clearly not capable of moving on my own.
Pull, Drogo.
I catch the bait. Now pull it in.
He caught a
I
Claire.
drew a 9. A 3 and a 4. Plus 5. So my highest is 9.
Damn it. You grab it, you pull, and you feel that there's a somewhat resistance trying to drag two people towards you. And it's kind of feels like you're slowing down in that process.
Well,
When
Pull it like a barbarian.
I start raging. I do it again. Harder.
okay.
Now I threw 2 19, so it's a 24.
Yeah, okay.
I whisper to Void. You just need to know which buttons to push so that Drogo properly functions.
Ah!
I'm gonna whisper to Surim clearly. He kind of threw me like a ragdoll earlier. Now he's pulling us like ragdolls combined.
Stop.
You all get together and, like a clump of clay,
I grappled him. In my rage. Ah!
Here you go, here you go.
you all end up in a very strange place.
Oh.
You get ejected from the portal, and all of you slam into a wall. And all of you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
It's like three points to being lost forever.
That tickled.
I look around and I stop and inhale deeply.
You inhale a lot of dust.
Dang it! I thought we were off that dusty ship. I thought we were in somewhere with like fresh air instead of that old wood and corpses. Where are we? I look around.
It's dark. Well, it's not super dark. It's just there is light coming from a stair. There's a chair. There is a table and a small writing desk. Papers are left on there. At the same time, there are also bottles on the floor, and there is glass scattered around you.
Ooh, my kind of ship.
Void, what you probably saw is that Drogo or Sareem, or probably both, knocked off everything that was on the table before they got knocked on towards the knocked out by the wall.
Oh, they're knocked out right now?
And there
Or
are
at least
still, getting back to what
senses.
happened, senses.
Okay.
It's not knocked out as in aggressively knocked out, like out. More like
Okay.
Disoriented.
disoriented, yeah.
I'll start trying to like clean up the table and see if I can recognize the surroundings. Or like if it's wood or brick or stone, something like that.
It looks like everything here is either bricked, and like there's some mortar patches are broken off, so you see the brick. It looks like a cellar.
I'll try to look behind me to see if I see like the other end of a portal.
The
If my
portal is
understanding true.
there. Yeah, the portal is there and it's still active.
Do I see like the dial anywhere? Or is this one that requires a dial? Because I
There,
imagine the portal
there is a
giving off
dial.
light.
Yeah, there is a dial, but it's like in the wall.
Interesting.
There's the elements are like lighting up lit up in the wall. So in a section that looks like a dial in the wall.
I'm going to like try to pick up because there was a table that they knocked over. I'm gonna try to pick up the contents of that table and the papers. Maybe try to read the paper, get some sense of where we are.
It looks like an order of something.
Oh.
Some other paper is a piece of ledger with prices and income and outgoing expenses.
Okay.
A torn on piece of paper is just a simple note saying, "Don't forget to buy," and the rest is torn off.
Can I do an investigation to see how old this paper is? Or like
Yes.
how old the ink is?
Mm-hmm.
Investigation. Oh, I'm also gonna end my concentration on Cat's Grace. Oh, that paper might as well be brand new. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, it looks like just regular parchment. It just looks like regular parchment.
I'll start trying to help Sareem and Drago back to their senses. Just kind of like shake them.
Yeah. I am. I'm awake. Don't worry. It was just a scratch. I was just sitting here, wondering what this room was. Surim,
Yeah?
you have light?
Well, people say that I have my internal light.
No jokes.
Okay, sorry. I couldn't help myself. So in the darkest night, there may be light. And I light up my dagger.
Okay. Yeah, everything is bright. There is a next on the other wall, on the side of the wall that you came out of. Well, it looks like you came out of the wall. Sounds weird, but you know. There is a door, a small door, size of a hatch, and next to it is a stairs going upwards, where there's a little bit of daylight coming in.
Suppose this means land at least.
Hmm.
Why don't you
I
try
will.
to go up the stairs and leave?
Why don't we try and open the door? I want to know what's behind the door.
Well, hold on. From my understandings, belongs to somebody. We can at least get outside first.
Nah, we're gonna look what's behind the door. I walk to the door and I'm gonna open the door.
The door is locked.
I'm gonna pull it.
Now? Oh Lord.
Hey, wait! I still got my strength bonus. It's a 19.
It doesn't budge.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, this is a strong door. We have no option to open it. We should go upstairs.
yes, please. This is also someone's private property.
I don't see anyone.
Well, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, just like air or love.
But what if it's just abandoned? Look at all the dust.
But do you have a clean cellar, Drago?
Finders, keepers.
Get out.
I think, Void, the question should be, do you have a cellar, Drogo? And the answer would be no, because you live in a ship. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
I live nowhere.
Who's going up first?
I'm not going up first.
I'll go up first. Void has not liked his time at sea. Or sea.
Okay, roll perception while you do
That
this.
that is great for a character that was made for a naval adventure.
I didn't know that. Oh, this is dark. I rolled a 5.
When you got up, you see that there is a counter. When you open up the door and you get out of the cellar, you see a counter. On the left, you see an open window, and on the right, you see the counter. Further up in the counter, you see racks with items.
Because I assume they didn't follow me up the stairs. So I'll like kind of yell down at the stairs. I think we're in the store of some kind.
Store? I got stuff to sell. And I got a lot of gold, so I would actually like to go to a store.
Well, do you have any idea where we are? If it's like at sea or mainland?
I walk up.
Mhm.
I'm walking up.
Okay.
I'm following.
When you three are now all up topside, you see the stuff that is in this store. When you go through the racks, it looks like an adventurous shop.
Do I recognize this store?
You might.
Do we?
Is
see-
there like ropes and stuff above us?
No.
Can I roll history?
Yes.
11.
From your history, it looks like a regular adventurous store.
Or
Not as recognizable as the store you were at.
think. All right. Have you seen
Can
if there is anybody here, Void? If you
I was
yelled.
I was about to ask that. Do I see anyone here now that they're both up here with me?
No, you don't see anybody there. If you want more information, you have to roll for that.
I'll just roll perception again, taking in my environment now with Serene's light.
The next roll would be investigation.
Okay, investigation. I rolled a 7.
Looks like a regular store.
Well, I was trying to see if like there were people or if it was closed, that kind
You
of.
have no idea.
Hmm. I can't tell anything about this store. It just looks like a normal adventurer's shop.
Um, I'm gonna grab my war horn and blow on it.
Okay.
If nobody
no-
stops me at this.
Nobody is stopping Drogo?
I'm taking and looking at the environment as best as I can. It's up to Serene.
I do look at him, but I am not going to stop him. I'm going to wait until he finishes his sound to make one comment.
Drogo, do a performance roll, please.
15.
It was a familiar tune, Serene, that he was making. And Void, you were looking around in your surroundings, right? Only in the store or also outside the store?
Sorry, as soon as Drogo finishes blowing, I say, nice blow.
Good job.
Void?
Yeah. I'll also try to look outside because that might give me an indicator at the time of day, night.
You see a couple of blue golden individuals coming into the direction of the shop.
Blue gold. Wow.
Players, thank you for playing tonight.
Woo.
You have made some very odd turns. You made some odd turns. So let me ask the first person who am also let me change the plates first before I. Sai, do you have anything to boost this week?
No, just try to watch our YouTube. Obviously, if you like our content, follow us here on Twitch. We have the YouTube channel, same name, Nation of Dice. You can always catch up on any past streams there as well.
Cuss, what are you doing this week?
This week, internship, busy, and also a new apartment, so a lot of work. But that's just what I do this week. But join our Discord below to chat with us during the week, and I would say come join us next Sunday again and catch up because you don't want to miss this.
Kaio, what would you like to share this week?
Well, I'm going to reinforce the Drogo's invitation. Join us next Sunday to see the continuation of the adventure. But also that on Thursday, I'll probably be here around this time, around the time we start, actually. It is 3 o'clock now in Brazil. But for you guys, it's 7 o'clock Amsterdam time. So I'll probably be playing something if I can finally get my Dead by Daylight updated by the time I start the stream. It will be Dead by Daylight because I've been trying to play that game for 2 or 3 weeks in a row, and my Steam always decides to update that on the day that I should stream here. And it is never like a small update. It always downloads the entire game all over again, all the 30 something gigabytes.
Yeah. I am going to. I'm going to be busy next week, so I probably won't be able to stream. Even though we do have 52 followers, So we have a safety margin. If somebody would like to leave us, they can. Not too many, please. But
Don't leave. We love you all.
Yes, we do. We appreciate that you're watching and following us on YouTube, joining us at the Discord. I am going to try to make because I have a lot to tell this week. So from last week and from the week upcoming, so I'll probably make a podcast again. I haven't done so because of what I'm going to talk about in the podcast. It's just been crazy. And yeah, I will be streaming Wednesday due to a change in schedule. Our new player, unfortunately, I announced last time that a new player would come. Unfortunately, we had some schedule problems to meet. So we're going to shift. We hope it's going to be the week after that, but we're not sure. I'll see her then. Oh, I spoiled something. I spoiled something. As you know, our starting times from if we are going to stream, and we'll announce that on our Twitch on our agenda on the calendar. It's gonna be on Sunday at 791 internet beats at 12, if I'm not mistaken, in Texas, at 7 o'clock in Amsterdam, and everything that shares the same time zone as Amsterdam. And we finally recalculated at 3 o'clock in Brazil.
To my defense, I did not make confusion this time.
No, but it was a common mistake that we both made, even though we used the calculator online. So we must have made some thought mistake there. Kyle, who we will be rating today?
We'll be rating Legends of Alos. They are playing an episode called The Princess. So let's join them.
Okay, cool. So the last thing I'm gonna say is tot ziens.
Bye. See you next week.
See you all
Bye-bye,
next
guys.
week.
See you next week.
And there we go.
Raid gone.
Raid gone.
We gone.
Bye, YouTube.